Bun 1.0 recently got released and their team showcased some really mind-boggling benchmarks. And this has got a lot of developers questioning if it is the right time to switch from Node.js to Bun or not. And this is exactly what we are going to talk about in today's video. And if you're someone who's looking for a quick and simple answer, the answer is no. It is not the right time to completely switch from Node to Bun. But with its first release, Bun brings a lot of promising features onto the table. And so it is definitely a good idea to start adapting to Bun and starting to plug some of those features into your day-to-day activities. Now we'll proceed to the main video and we'll understand all of this in greater depth and why exactly is Bun so fast and what all features it brings with its first release. Stick till the very end of the video, you'll get to learn a lot of stuff. Now before we go and understand what all features the first release of Bun brings with it, we need to be clear about two terms, JavaScript engine and JavaScript runtime. Now if you're someone who is already familiar with these terms, you can directly go to the part of the video where I talk about Bun 1.0 release, and for the rest of you, you can stay and understand. Now JavaScript engine is the core software that actually runs your JavaScript code. Then what exactly is JavaScript runtime? Now you are probably running JavaScript in some environment, be it your browser or be it your local system or be it some other device. Now to access the functionalities of that particular environment, you need some APIs. So for example, in browsers, you need DOM APIs to interact with the DOM, and you can access those APIs through the window object. Now JavaScript engine combined with those APIs make up the JavaScript runtime. So for example, Chrome uses V8 as its JavaScript engine. Mozilla uses SpiderMonkey as its JavaScript engine, and Safari uses JavaScript core. Now these JavaScript engines combine with the environment specific APIs. For example, in case of browsers, these are DOM APIs, etc. So these engines combined with those APIs make up the JavaScript runtime for those browsers. Similarly, Node is also a JavaScript runtime. Node.js uses V8 JavaScript engine under the hood, and it has its own set of APIs. For example, FS module of Node. It helps you interact with the file system of your machine and helps you read and write files on the machine. So FS is an API that Node provides you with. So those APIs that Node specifically provides you with and the V8 engine of Node together make up Node.js runtime. So please note that Node.js is not a language, it is a JavaScript runtime. Similar way, Bun is also a JavaScript runtime. We'll later in the video figure out on top of what Bun is built of and why is it exactly so much faster than Node.js. So we'll cover that in the later part of the video, but I hope you have like a better understanding of what exactly is a JavaScript engine and a JavaScript runtime. And I hope these two terms are clear to all of you, and you also have an understanding of why exactly Node.js is called a JavaScript runtime. And please note, it is not a language. So let's move to the next part of the video. Now let's go ahead and understand why exactly is Bun's first release so much faster than Node.js. Bun is built on top of JavaScript core JavaScript engine, which is different from what Node.js is built on. Node.js is built on V8 engine. You can go online and check for benchmarks. JavaScript core JavaScript engine is better than V8, which in overall performance makes Bun faster. Now that is not the only reason why Bun is faster. Bun is built on top of Zig programming language, which is basically a low-level programming language. And low-level programming language bring little to no abstraction from the actual computer hardware, and that makes Bun's native APIs much faster than Node.js APIs. We'll go ahead and check those APIs later in the blog as well, and we'll also be able to see the stats that the team has released that compare Bun's native APIs with Node.js native APIs. So yeah, these are like some of the contributing features that make Bun so much faster than Node.js. There might be more underlying performance improvements that the team has done that I'm probably not aware of. You can tell me about those in the comment section if you know more about the performance improvements that the team has done. But these are some of the reasons that make Bun so much faster than Node.js. Now let's go ahead and explore the first release of Bun 1.0 and see what all features it brings. So the very first thing is Bun is an all-in-one toolkit. It basically replaces it basically does handle running, building, testing, debugging, like all of that stuff for your JavaScript and TypeScript code. So it basically replaces your package managers, Node.js, everything. Now let's go ahead and see what all things bun exactly replaces. Now, as they say, bun is a drop-in replacement, in which I'll later on talk more about. It is not exactly a drop-in replacement, not right now. I'll talk about it later in the video. So yeah, bun, as they say, bun is a no drop-in replacement. You can wherever you use npx as of now, you can use bunx. So for example, if you use npx to create a new React app by typing out npx create React app and your app name, you can simply go ahead and start using bunx, and it is 5 times faster, as the team claims. So these are some of the places where you can go ahead and directly start using bun, and it won't really matter on your system. So you can go ahead and like do something like np, instead of doing npx, you can do bunx create React app and just run this command, and this will like initialize a React app much faster than npx does for you. Similarly, Buns has built-in watch mode enabled, so you don't need nodemon anymore. You can simply perform hot reloading, or basically watch your files using the built-in functionalities that Bun provides. Other than this, Bun has by default support for N files, so you don't need external packages like you do in Node. Again, bun takes care of all the compilation of all these files, .js, .ts, .cjs, mjs, jsx and txx files out of the box. So you don't need any external compiler to do that for you. So in case of Node.js, you're supposed to basically install tsc, which basically compiles your TypeScript code to JavaScript code, and then you run those files. But in case of bun, you can directly just go ahead and start basically run your TypeScript file by doing bun run and your file name, let's say index.ts, and it will just run. You also don't need ts node, etc. You don't need babel for transpiling your code and all of this stuff. So yeah, basically bun replaces all your transpilers, and it works out of the box for all these files. Other than this, bun can also help you with bundling your projects. We'll talk about that later in the video as well. They have a file mentioned in the blog as well, so we'll get to that. But yeah, it basically replaces all your existing bundlers, and it is much faster than those bundlers. Now esbuild is like a very fast bundler already, and bun is even faster than esbuild. So yes, it is definitely a huge improvement. Bun also replaces your package managers. So if you're using npm, yarn, pnpm, any of these package managers, you can just simply go ahead and start using bun. Now this is also a place where you should start plugging in bun into your day-to-day life. If you're, let's say, installing some package, let's say nodemon itself, which you won't really need in case of bun, but let's say if you're installing nodemon, you can simply do bun install nodemon, and it will just work out of the box, and it will install nodemon for you much faster than npm would. So as you can see, this command was like so quick, but if you would have installed this using npm or pnpm or yarn, it would have taken much longer. So you can start using bun to install your dependencies and save a lot of time. Moreover, testing is also by default configured in bun. You can go ahead, check out their docs to get like a better understanding of how you can perform tests by their built-in like support that they've done in bun. So yeah, bun also supports testing by default. Now moving on, Node.js compatibility. We'll come back to this again. It is the only thing that is stopping you to switch completely to bun. We'll talk about this in greater detail. Let's skip this for now. Moving on, bun is much faster in starting up times in comparison to all of these. As you can see, it literally takes just 8 ms, whereas all these take like a huge amount of time, and it is 4 times faster than Node.js. Let's move ahead. You can directly run your TypeScript file. So let's go ahead and see this. Let me quickly delete all of this stuff. Let's create a simple index.ts file. And inside this, let's write a quick function that basically adds two numbers. So let's say first is number 1, number 2, and then you'll return number 1 plus number 2. And let's call this function quickly. We want to do add 5 and 10. And if you were using Node.js, you would have like installed tsc as a compiler, which would have basically compiled this TypeScript file to JavaScript file, and then you would have been able to run it. But with bun, you can simply do bun run this file name, or you can simply do bun index.ts and it will just run out of the box. So this is like amazing because TS configurations with Node.js take up a lot of developer time and effort, but with bun you can just run those files out of the box. Moving on, it has support for both ES modules and CommonJS, and this is another pain point for developers because this can be like a very frustrating thing for developers. You getting confused whether you are in a module based system or in a CommonJS system, and whether you're supposed to write import statements like this or like this. But with bun you can use both of these together, so you can use import statements and require statements in the same file, and it will just take care of everything. So like this is really good for package managers or people who really are into building packages and stuff. This is like a huge win for them. Other than this, bun has web API support out of the box, so it has implementation for fetch function, WebSockets and all of that implemented into it. And why does it replace nodemon? It has hot reloading built into it, so you can run any file with bun -- hot server like in the file name, and it will basically keep watching that particular file for changes, and as soon as that file changes, it will rerun that particular file. So yeah, it has nodemon like support, and you won't need nodemon with bun anymore. Other than that, it has plugin support, so you can basically put in your favorite plugins and customize bun and basically use it as per your requirements. Now this is the important part. Bun, just like Node.js has its own implementation of FS APIs to basically deal with file system and read and write files, Bun has its own APIs built on top of Zig programming language, and these APIs are like super amazing and they're very fast in comparison to Node.js. So yeah, as you can see this stat over here, Bun reads files up to 10 times faster than Node.js, and it writes 3 times faster than Node.js. So with Bun you can install their global types. I cannot find that command over here, but if you go to their docs you'll be able to find those types easily. You can basically access this global Bun object in your files and use the APIs that they have built in this Bun object to access files and stuff. So basically you can simply go ahead and do something like this in your files, bun dot file, and you can simply go ahead and read files with Bun's native APIs, and these APIs are like much faster. Let me quickly go ahead and find out that type, just a second. If we cannot find that type, you can simply also go ahead and run a command bun init into your code base, and this will basically set up Bun for that global Bun object in your code base. So let's go ahead and quickly give it a name. Let's say test, and entry point is going to be index.ts, and it ran and it installed whatever was required. Now let's go ahead and check out the package.json. Yeah, this is what I was finding. So once you install Bun types in as a dev dependency, it won't basically give you error for accessing Bun, and it will basically help you use your code editor to give you suggestions of what all function it has. So it has like a lot of functions, bun.file, bun.hash, and all these functions, and there's a password method also built in, which you can use to basically hash and decrypt your password. So you can go ahead and see this over here as well. Bun also has like support for password hashing and verifying, so you can directly go ahead and use this built-in password hasher, and you won't need external packages for it. So for example, it is using bcrypt and argon. I think it is using bcrypt. You can use bun.password to hash passwords using bcrypt and argon. No external dependencies are required. So yeah, you don't need to install dependencies externally. You can just simply go ahead and use the Bun's native implementation of .password, and you can hash your passwords. Other than that, it also has SQLite built into it, so it has a database implementation as well. You have a SQL database built into it, and you can use it using these particular APIs of Bun. and it is inspired from better SQLite 3, and it is much faster than that. So as you can see, it is 4 times faster than better SQLite, which is an alternative for Node.js. WebSockets are also 5 times faster. You can you can start up a server in Bun using bun.serve. So it basically has like a implementation of a lot of native APIs, for which you also have alternatives in Node.js, but Bun's alternatives are like much faster in those areas. So that is there. And we also talked about Bun as a package manager, so you can just simply go ahead and start using Bun as your package manager, and it will install all your dependencies very quickly. It is so much faster than the existing solutions. You can see it is 29 times faster than npm and 17 times faster than pnpm. So that is like huge. And they also show you this quick demo to show you like how fast it is. With Bun, this command runs so fast, but with npm you can see that lag in that image. So that is also there. Bun also has test supports, and they also give you benchmarks for test and stuff. And other than this, another important thing is Bun as a bundler. So you can basically run commands like this in your code to bundle your code. So let's go ahead and quickly try it. The file name for our file is index.ts. Let's quickly run it. And as you can see, it created a build directly, and inside this you have your transpiled code from TypeScript to JavaScript. And you can also do this by creating a build file and mentioning all the other details into that particular file. And if you want to use plugins along with it, you can use those as well. It is heavily inspired from esbuild. So if you are familiar with esbuild as a bundler setup, you will easily adapt to Bun's bundler. Moving on, it is now also available on Windows. So yeah, you can use it on Windows as well, and you don't need WSL anymore. One important thing that I was going to talk about was its compatibility. So why exactly is Bun not a drop-in solution? Because there are still a lot of Node.js APIs that have not been implemented into Bun as of now, and the reason that those APIs have not been implemented as of now is basically the reason why you cannot just drop it into your core projects. Because if one of your underlying package is using that Node.js API and Bun doesn't support it as of now, you won't be able to run Bun on your project. So let me quickly find that particular page. Benchmarking roadmap. Let me quickly find it. I am not able to find that API. Node.js compatibility. So yeah, this is the page which shows that what all Node.js modules have been implemented in Bun as well. And as you can see, there are like a lot of built-in modules that are either yellow or red, that are like partially implemented or not implemented. And if any of your package is using these implementations under the hood, those packages will just stop working in your project, because Bun does not have those packages implemented as of now. So you cannot just go and simply plug in Bun into your projects. You will have to wait till it is like completely Node.js compatible, and then it will be like a complete drop-in solution. The only way for you to test out if Bun is compatible with your project as of now or not is to just go ahead and use it. If you go ahead and use it and it basically breaks something, you'll know that your specific APIs are not yet supported on Bun. So yeah, Bun is not a drop-in alternative, and just because of it not being 100% compatible with Node.js APIs makes it not a drop-in solution as of now. But it is definitely a right step forward, and there are like a lot of things that Bun brings with it. For example, its package manager, its bundler, that you can just right away go and use. So yeah, pretty good stuff. And I think you should start using Bun in your small projects and day-to-day projects that you are just building for fun, and you will see like a huge improvement in terms of performance and save a lot of developer time. And yeah, you should start using it as a package manager for sure while installing dependencies in any of your projects, because it install dependencies like really quick. So I guess this is all about Bun, and you can go ahead and explore the docs in much greater detail. It has like a lot of built-in APIs, that are natively built to Bun, and these are like super fast in comparison to Node.js. So yeah, do check the docs out and let me know if you want to like you want me to talk about something specific related to Bun or anything in general. I'll be happy to make a video on that, and do let me know what you think about this video. Was it helpful or not? And if you think there are some improvements that I can do let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.